holler in 10 seconds when we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Oh, shit.
There we go. That's an intro. There we go. That's an intro.
Ian, talk.
Hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Very Biased Opinion live stream. It is Ian and Carol Baskin with you, as always, here presenting the penultimate game of Oxford United season. It is a crunch match, as you all know. It is Oxford away at Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury Town, however you want to say it. And for the first time today, let's get it out of the way. It's must win.
It's must win. Does that mean that they have to win, Ian?
It does. It really does. It really does. Just to, if Oxford win the game, at the very least, they'll be in the same position they are at the start. If they do anything other than a win, the likelihood of us getting in these playoffs goes down dramatically. Mainly because Charlton have still got a game in hand. Pompey are a point ahead of us, without a ball being kicked today. So there'll be lots of twists and turns. I'm sure Oxford's position will jump up and down as the day goes on. But so long as they win the game, come quarter to whenever it finishes, then that is
so they're starting on
all that
68
matters.
points, just in 7th place. They've won 4 of the last 5 matches, Ian. That loss to Wimbledon. It's gonna be telling come the end of the season if they don't make it.
It could be. I mean, that those 2 recent games. I mean, again, a season's. There's numerous times you could look at results of where you could have got something, and the 2 recent games of the loss to Northampton and the loss to Wimbledon, you'd kind of thought even if we'd have just picked up a point in one of those 2 games, we'd be level on points with Portsmouth and ahead of them on goal difference. So the difference of a point could be crucial.
Everybody who's on the stream, please give us your predictions. And very quickly, Jonathan Harris and Kit Mainson are both on. They're here with us every week. Nice to see you guys. Anyone else who wants to say hi, say hi.
And for the first time today, hit that like button.
Hit that like
folks.
button. Hit subscribe. Sign up to Patreon. Give us things. We love you.
But in the short term, hit
the like button.
Because that takes us from zeros to heroes in the eyes of YouTube.
Does. YouTube loves a good like.
Yes. I don't really have a lot to say. But let's start with our beloved Oxford United, Thomas. And it probably would help if I bring it up on the screen as well. So just give me a moment. We have the time.
We do have the time. We're actually on time for the first time in a long time.
Yep.
You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
Changes to the Oxford United lineup from the last time they played, and a couple of interesting ones, a couple of good ones, a couple of one not so good one in my eyes. And James Henry returns to the starting 11. I thought he would have had a 3-match ban, but it's clearly only a 1-match ban. And so that's great. He's back in the midfield along with Sykes, and Brannigan still in that holding role. And Brandon Barker has returned from injury. First time we've seen him, I think, since maybe the Accrington game, maybe the game before that. It's been out for a while with his nagging hamstring injury. And so great to see him back. And that's pushed Elliot Lee, because Elliot Lee's gone out to play on the right wing, and Taylor's up front with his own. And because of all that, it means the fall guy, of course, is Dan Adjei, despite him coming in and looking pretty good in the last game against Plymouth. Always the guy that Robinson wields the axe on first. But other than that, I no real complaints about the Oxford lineup. It's a strong lineup. It's about as strong as it could be. And again, we've beaten Shrewsbury recently at the Kassam Stadium, only a few games ago. So maybe that's a good omen going into this one. Or maybe it's a sign that Shrewsbury are going to get revenge.
I hope not.
And they certainly played quite well in that game from an attacking point of view. Defensively, they were a bit ropey and a bit all over the place, and hopefully that will continue. I'm not sure what difference it will make, but I think that Steve Cottrell is back on the bench for them, in the manager's seat. So whether maybe that will make them a bit more solid. I don't know. Who knows? But they haven't really got a lot to play for. It looks like if what it says on BBC is to believe, they're going to be playing 3-5-2. The real danger man, as my voice goes, up front for them was Chapman. He looked a real handful. He scored the goal in the 4-1 defeat, but he looked great every time they got on the ball. And generally, Shrewsbury did look pretty good going forward. So Oxford have got to be careful in that regard, because we always like to concede the odd goal here or there.
Yeah, you feel this is going to be a war of attrition though today, don't you, Ian? I mean, Shrewsbury don't tend to give an inch.
I don't know. Yeah, they don't have to give an inch, but if that's the way they're going to play, I would say I would imagine they were the ones. They've had the busier schedule. They've played Tuesday, Saturday for a while now. Oxford have had the week off, so you expect them to be well rested. You expect Oxford to go for a fast start here, put them under pressure. But I don't think Shrewsbury will sit back. I don't think they will just grind it out. I think they'll try and play on the front foot as well. And I actually think it'll be quite an open game. If Shrewsbury get the first goal, they might try and close up shop a little bit. But hopefully that first goal will go to Oxford, and that will knock the stuffing out of them a little bit, and it will proceed to be quite an easy afternoon.
Ian, I'm going to give you a series of people to say hello to. Firstly, say hello to Gil Tom, checking in from Japan. Say hello. Excellent.
Hello.
Say hello to Neil SD.
Say Neil hello to SD, hello. PJ Simpson, as always, Patreon backer.
Gil's one as well. PJ's. I mean, PJ's fan of the year, so it's okay.
I lose track.
So many.
I do apologize.
And obviously, Patreon backer Robert Allen is here.
Of course.
Right, so we've got some predictions, and we are going to start with a favorite of the channel, Mr. William Golder, who's not able to watch but has sent his prediction in via Patreon. And he says he's not able to watch it, but he's with us in spirit. He's going 3-0 to Oxford, Ian. Bold and radical, to say the least.
Bold and beautiful.
Then we have all Oxford wins. Neil SD's hoping for a win, but feels a draw.
I was going to say, PJ, what's going on there? What's going on with that draw? Come on, man.
Garbage?
Come on.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là? Gil Tom has gone for Shrewsbury 0, Oxford 1. He says it's not going to be fun, but they'll eke it out somehow or other.
Hey, it still might be fun. Hopefully we'll bring the fun.
Tom Gill, not Gil Tom. Apologies, the names are backwards in Japan. They swap them. Sorry about that. Yeah, I should really know that. Anyway, we're just going to call you Tom from now on. Kit Mason says...
How will you ever remember that name?
I don't know. There's 3 letters I've no affinity for or anything. Kit Mason says maybe Ebenezer for Brandon, and then it's a cracking lineup.
Yes.
I do love Ebenezer. It's a fantastic name.
Visited by
Robert Allen, obviously. Robert Allen's talking about how Adji's always the fall guy. Surprised to see Goran and Sykes got new deals, but he's pleasantly surprised, as I think we probably all are.
I don't understand. Dan Adji wasn't in the fall guy.
He's always the fall guy. He always gets dropped out of the lineup.
Right, I'm going to dispute that.
Why? How are we disputing? This is so good when your brother's on here, because you just get wound up really quickly. I like it. Well done, Robert Allen. Send him more abuse, please.
Well, he should know better. He should know better than to... He really should know better than to say Dan Adji is the fall guy, when quite clearly Lee Majors was the fall guy.
Christ. Well, it's going to be one of those streams, ladies and gentlemen. So keep the comments coming in, because if not, we could be in for a long afternoon. Kickoff is roughly 5 minutes away. Ian is watching the Oxford United versus Shrewsbury match. I am watching BT Sports Score to keep everybody up to date with whatever I feel is an important score. Yes.
Right. So, just to bring you up to what the mood was like in camp, Very Biased Opinions. So I put, as always, I put my little poll out I hang my little poll out there to see if anybody's going to nibble on it. And 67 people have nibbled at it. And so far, the mood in the camp is 79% say Oxford United win, 12% say a win for the Shrews, and 9% say a draw.
So, Oxford are going to win, right? That's what groupthink says.
Wow. According to the poll.
And the polls never lie, you know.
No, they're never
wrong. Aaron Bound? We'll go with Bound. Come on, the boys. Yes, lad. PJ Simpson says, my predictions usually eat a bag of dicks, so I'm going in wrong. My money's on a victory at 175, minus 125. I mean, sure.
Thomas, what's your... have you got any experience of that?
Piss off, Ian Allen.
Well, I was saying doing predictions. What are you talking about? It's crazy, man. What's your mind?
Get your mind out
mind?
of the gutter. Get it out of the gutter.
I'm here thinking about football.
You know what, Jonathan Harris, we're pulling for a Wickham victory as well, so hopefully it will be 4-0 to Wickham today.
Let's get ahead of ourselves and say, can anybody have a quick look for me and find out when the date... I know when the date for the playoff final is, but what are the dates for the playoffs first and second leg?
Yes. Or will there be fans?
Someone could find that out. So if someone could research that and find out for me, that would be grand, because in a quick Google search, I couldn't find it, as Shrewsbury emerged first from the tunnel in their...
what colour?
Well, they're wearing a home kit, Tom, so it's yellow. It's a kind of a yellowy, orangey blue.
Weak.
Yellowy, orange, and blue.
What colour are Oxford in?
I don't know yet.
Will fans be allowed in the playoffs this year?
I don't know. They said something like in the middle of May that fans might be allowed back, didn't they? So I think they're still... I think they're kind of hoping that I think they're probably going to say no and just to err on the side of caution and just probably allow fans for the final at Wembley.
Ugh, boo.
Just because they feel Wembley can handle it. And oh my God, we're wearing white. Wow. Look at the majesty of these Oxford players striding onto that new meadow lawn.
They look huge.
Wow.
They look absolutely huge. Hench
all white. Thomas, this is Carl Robinson inspired. This is all white from head to toe.
Yeah.
This is... Oh, goodness me. Like... Giants. Team of giants.
Control yourself, Ian. Control yourself.
Led by lead and tallest giant Elliot Moore, who actually is a giant in regardless of what top you put him in.
I was going to say he's not a small human being, is he? Tom Gill says Happy May Day. Jonathan Harris goes looking small. See what you did there.
Wow!
What happened?
Just the size of them, Tom, overwhelmed.
I'm excited for this game. There are going to be goals. I'm saying it now. It's David versus Goliath, says Jonathan Harris. It must be tough.
And this time, David will win.
It must be tough being a Shrewsbury fan and realizing you're coming up against giants like this. Like, they must already just be, just take it. Just take the result. We quit. 3-0. You did 3-2, didn't you, Ian, to Oxford?
Yeah, because that's been the score the last two times we played here. Last year, obviously, was the final day, as you already know, but I'll remind you. Last year, it was the final day, the final match before we went into lockdown, and Oxford were 2-0 down. It seemed like their playoff dream was in tatters, but they battled back to win 3-2 with Josh Ruffle scoring in the last seconds of the game, and that propelled Oxford into the playoffs and actually meant that they got one of those playoffs berths on points per game when it came around. So a very, very important match. The year before, we won 3-2 as well, but that was the Gavin White show where I think he scored a hat-trick.
Good old Gav.
And in a very entertaining, if not slightly meaningless game at the end of the season.
Right, I'm going to try this. Aaron Bourne. Aaron Bourne. Yeah, you're Bourne now. Kit Bainson says a 3,000-person rave is allowed, but no fans in a socially distanced stadium. Yep, pretty much nail on the head. If you have any complaints, write to your local councillor. Kit Mason's just gone, I'll be distraught if Wickham don't have a white away kit next year. Oh, It'll be so tough. A Wickham versus Oxford match with them in white.
But the only game they won't wear it for is the game away at the Kassam. Yeah. And that'll be their only away defeat.
Exactly. As both sides go up together.
How long do you reckon Ainsworth's in that job for, Jonathan? How long do you reckon Ainsworth's going to stay the Wickham manager? 5 more years? 10 more years?
Life. He's there for life.
It seems like it. It seems like the immovable object. Even when the year before they went up, they nearly ended up going down. And there were some small rumours of him getting the sack then, but they stuck with him, and he's come good.
Very good.
He's been a good manager. He's been a very good manager for them.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I mean, do you think there'll ever be a chance that he'll move to another club, or maybe Wickham will want to come and get like Kenny Jackett? All right, Oxford kick off and straight away give the ball away to Shrewsbury, who can start an attack.
Ian, would you like to know the dates that you asked for?
I would like to know the dates, please.
They're really close together. So both Robert Allen and Jonathan Harris have responded. Thank you to both of you.
No memento. Let me get my
get your notes
calendar
out.
up.
Get your pen and pencils.
Let me get my Filofax out. Right, just
ready.
Quickly, we'll say it when the ball goes dead, because Shrewsbury have a free kick. They can launch into the box. They've won the first header. It's just looped up into the air, and Taylor can nod it away, and still not clear, but it is now. But they get a chance to shoot from the edge of the box. He twists and turns, and Oxford can clear it with Branner's Andrea Pirlo Brannigan, and it's back with the Shrewsbury goalkeeper. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Stephanie.
So, 18th and 19th of May is the first leg. The second legs will be played on the 21st and the 22nd, with the final being held on the 30th.
That's not surprising.
There's no turnaround on that.
Yeah, that's not surprising, though. I mean, they got like a week, haven't they, after the end of the season? Like a week and a day.
Oh, 2 games in 3 days.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal, though. I think that's pretty normal for the playoffs, that they usually have them quite close to, that they have them every like a three-day turnaround.
Extremely.
And then it's like a week or so before the final. So not surprising that for me.
Very quickly before Ian goes into everything, I would like to thank everybody who's sponsored us. Specifically, all right. You want to jump in before I finish this?
No.
Specifically, I need to call out David Stenhouse, Matt Lombardi, PJ Simpson, Matthew Bowden, Robert Allen, and Grandstand Betters. All of them are in League One or above, and we really, really thank you guys for that, as well as Tom Gale and William Golder, who are on our League 2 setting, as actually is Matt Lombardi. I'm just thanking all of you. We really appreciate all of you for doing this. We love having you guys on here, and we love it when you guys are able to communicate with us on the Patreon. So thank you for doing that. Indeed. Ian, tell me what's happening in the football.
Well, Oxford kind of had their first attack of getting Barker into the game, but his cross was like really soft. But Sykes has just won the ball back, and Oxford are charging now, 3-on-2. He's got to play Taylor in, surely. He does. Taylor's in on goal. Oxford are going to score. What a start. What a start. What a goal. All came from Mark Sykes, and Oxford are in the ascendancy here. It's Elliot Lee with the goal. Really unselfish play by both Sykes and Taylor in the build-up there. But my goodness, Jeremiah has come to the party in the last few weeks of this season. Strong in midfield. He dispossessed their defensive midfielder, and Oxford were on the breakaway. He looked like he kind of stumbled over the ball a little bit, but he played in Matty Taylor on the left. Taylor had an easy ball to square to Elliot Lee, and he did, and Elliot Lee just tapped it into an empty net. Dream start for the Yellows. I can already hear the dismay from Portsmouth and Charlton.
Come on, the boys. No other goals yet in League One. The first goal of the day for League One. Fantastic scenes. Everybody, smash that.
I've got no scientific. I'm not a man of science, but I'm pretty sure that Sykes' strength there came from the shirt.
I think they're petrified of these white giants. Hello, Patrick Silka. He says, "Come on the Yellows."
He's not normally that strong of a guy, so I'm not sure where he's found strength.
This is a really great start to a game, like genuinely great start. Everybody tell us how you're feeling. Also, please smash the like button, hit subscribe if you are enjoying this. And Jonathan Harris says, Gareth Ainsworth will never get sacked. He may leave if things aren't going well at a big club offers, but he doubts it. Depends on how the new owners would mind League 2. Ugh. Oh, League 2 would be tough. Kit Bainson says, woo!
You get two bites of the cherry with Ainsworth, don't you? Because he's going to sell out Adams Park 10 or 12 times a year alone with his rock concerts.
That's those leather jeans. They really pull. Right, what have we got going on here? Nothing else happening.
What's the mood? How many happy punters do we have out there, Thomas?
It feels like we have quite a few happy punters. PJ Simpson has sent us a little super chat. Thank you, PJ Simpson.
Oh, PJ, you are a hero to the masses, my friend.
You are our hero. He's actually. I know you can't see these, but when you go back and look at it, he sent us a little sticker that's dancing and blowing a little thing up.
Look, do you know what? Shall I have a look, see if I can see it?
Have a look and see if you can see it.
Shall I risk blowing up the whole stream?
Yes, blow up the whole stream. Robert Allen calling for a second to be scored. Wickham beating Bournemouth 1-0. Ucha Ikapuzu 1-0. Come on, the boys. 3 more to go.
Right, Wickham, Shrewsbury into the area. Oh, they're a big centre forward guy there. Number 2, Pierre. I don't know what he's doing up in the box, but he's considering he's wearing a blue shirt, he is a formidable opponent, and he kind of outmuscled Atkinson there, and got a cross. Looked like it was going to go across, and someone would be able to tap it in, but Oxford kind of shut the door on it. But it is a corner to the Shrews, which goes in now. Looks like it's going to be overhit, but they've got men back there. But no, Stevens comes and catches, and that is danger over. Let's get onto this.
What are they showing me a highlight of BT score? There's going to be some. Oh, it's the Banner Rumble League. What a finish! No idea who that was. Torquay have scored, and whoever scored it is like triple scissored and caned it into the top corner. Fantastic. Billy Waters, take a bow, son. Take a bow. Jonathan Harris is absolutely going nuts, and rightly so. 1-0 against Bournemouth. He also says that you don't go to the games of the football, you go for his hair.
Okay, Oxford have won the ball back quite high again, but Shrewsbury have got more men back. But James...
Ooh.
Sorry, that was me putting the stream on, and that's why you could hear a bit of feedback. So, yeah, Oxford try to pass it around, but they overplay it, and it goes out for a corner. I do like the little sticker. Look at that.
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyone who wants to send us a sticker, send us a sticker. These are awesome. Plus, I get to look at it for a while.
That's a sticker.
Apparently, Stevens just made a great catch. Jonathan Harris says Pierre is a former Wanderer as well. Who isn't these days? Who isn't? Ian.
No, it was a good catch by Stevens. You know, just doesn't do a lot wrong, does he? Let's be fair to young Jack.
Ian, Patrick Silka just commented on the Southampton draw last night. Really quickly, what did you think of Southampton and Leicester drawing 1-1?
I thought it was 2 points dropped for Leicester. Not that I don't think they'll have any problems qualifying for the Champions League still, but to play against 10 men for like 80 minutes, I think they should have won the game. Yeah. Really. But I don't think it will come back to haunt them. I don't think it will come back to haunt them come the end of the season.
No, not at all. Ian, Neil asks, who did you vote for Player of the Season?
That's Neil. Honestly, brilliant. Thank you very much for bringing that up, because I was going to bring that up at some point if my memory was jogged, and it has been. And I'd like to know who all of you voted for, and if you haven't voted for it, I think you can go onto the Oxford United website and do that. I know we've just got another super chat come in, and we'll get to that in a second. But I voted for Sam Long.
Sam Long. Oh yeah, Cham himself.
I think he's been incredible.
Yeah,
he's been. And I'd like to know who you all voted for, and Robert, and I'll let you congratulate our other super chatter.
Thank you, Robert Allen.
Usual super chatters.
Thank you, Robert Allen. As always, I quite enjoyed that one as well. I'm liking these stickers. Send as many as you can, people. These things are fun.
I don't like the sticker he picked.
For God's sake. Robert Allen's agreed with you on Player of the Season. Patrick Silka, if you're watching the game at the MX, a friend of the channel, Beth Cragg, is actually at this game she is their performance nutritionist. Beth Cragg.
Do people know who that is?
No, friend of the channel. Anyway, she's their nutritionist. She says they're going to win this game 2-1, but we both know that Brighton can't score 2 goals in a game. It's totally against the rules. Although I don't know if you've seen this, Ian. They've actually basically got 3 up front. They got Malpay and
Brighton?
Yeah, they got Malpay and Welbeck playing with Trossard in behind him. Like looks like they're actually going to try and score.
Who are it's Brighton Leeds, is it?
Yeah. 100%.
Right. Oxford haven't really got, other than the goal. Oxford really haven't offered much in going forward. They've been very scrappy, other than the one time they did put a good move together. And Elliot Moore's just drawn a foul out wide. So again, Shrewsbury have another chance to load the box and put a good ball in and create a chance here. So yeah, not been. I mean, happy that they're 1-0 up, but it's not been totally in control.
Neil has voted for Stevens as player of the season. He says he turned the season around, which is
I cannot argue with that. I cannot argue that he turned Stevens. Well, I can't argue with that as well, because him being that bad forced a change.
Oh, this is harsh. No, Stevens has been fantastic. Shamlong's been really good. Moore has done a fantastic job at centre. It's all defenders, isn't it, for Oxford this season?
And the free kick is terrible, and it goes straight out of play, and it's a goal kick to Oxford. Yeah, I would say so. I don't think there's any forward players that really deserve it.
Yeah.
And I just think Sam Long, he's been so consistent. We've missed him when he hasn't been there, and just the at the start of the season, it looked like he wasn't going to be playing, and then he got forced to play virtually everywhere along the back, and was always kind of like, and always stood up to be counted whenever we needed him, and he's like turned into the first choice right back, and probably one of the best right backs in the league. And I think he's stepped up with I think he's like third highest goal scorer this season.
Yeah, he is. Our man with a plan. Shamlong. Right. Everybody, if you're enjoying this, please smash the like button. Robert Allen says
20 likes. It's pretty good.
We're 19. We're getting there.
Oh, I see. I put one on from the Very Biased Opinions account, so maybe that doesn't count on what you can see. I see 20.
Interesting.
I'm sticking to it.
Robert Allen says we've been pretty sloppy giving the ball away, but for once we've been clinical. It is rare to see Oxford just score, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it is. It is rare. It was. You did kind of expect either Mark Sykes to balls up that through ball.
Penalty to Brighton.
Okay.
I mean, I can't see it. I've been informed by the television, which I can't hear, that Brighton have a
That's
penalty.
okay, Tom. You can talk through it. There's not much happening in this. Oxford are just passing it through the middle with Brannigan and Sykes, and Brannigan and Henry. They're starting to get a bit of space opened up now. They can play Barker in, and Barker's in a load of space now. Actually, sorry, it's Ruffles. Can he pick a good ball? It's just a bit overhit. But Oxford can pick it up with player of the season, Sam Long. Good cross in and headed behind for Oxford's first corner of the weekend.
Come on, the boys.
Oh.
How much do you want to bet Brighton missed this penalty?
Yeah, they do like to ball things up from penalties.
They hate winning football matches. They hate it.
Oxford's still the only goal in League Two at the moment.
So 1-0 Brighton. Pascal Gross with the penalty. I mean, shock. I don't know if anyone is a big fan of Brighton, but, they're doing well.
Oh, I'm delighted to see Lord Luton in the chat. I love that guy.
Good to see you, mate.
Rarer than a box of frogs. Header by... Oh,
did you just say rarer than a box of frogs?
Yeah, I meant madder, but I don't know what to say.
Where is William Golder when you need him?
Golder.
That would have been...
Right, good ball in, and Elliot, names, Rob Atkinson, unmarked, great leap, but he couldn't get over the ball and headed it over the bar. But good early sign that Shrewsbury don't want to mark from set pieces today.
Ian, you are an absolute joy to work with. Let me just quickly say that. My actual hero.
I do get that a lot, which is that's why I get fired a lot.
All right, Ian, you're going to have to help me with this. Oh, no, you're not. That's all good. Alex Christodoulou says, how are we going, guys?
Alex Christodoulou is the guy who super chatted us last week and said about how he's setting up a channel himself, and he was going to put a link. I don't think he did put the link. So if you could put a link to your videos, Alex, we would like to go and see them.
Yep. And we will obviously post them for you.
And thanks for coming on the stream again today.
Really appreciate it. Apparently, the Wickham goal was from outside the box into the top corner, says Jonathan Harris. That is fantastic news and deserved for you guys. Deserved. You have to win today. You have to win.
That's right. Shrewsbury with a chance, and it's put behind by Ruffles. Looked like Ruffles was fouled in the build-up, but it wasn't given. But Shrewsbury got like a chance to get a shot away, but it was pretty tame, and Ruffles put it behind for a corner. The goal Wickham scored, one of the goals Wickham scored last weekend, the second goal, I think, was a beauty.
Was that, was that the game they drew? Oh, no, they lost.
Yeah, I think Jonathan said it was a great goal, and I remember I watched it on the EFL show. It really was a great goal. Cross comes in, Oxford clear it. It's not totally away. But good work by Shrewsbury, good through ball. Bit of a... Brannigan did his best to bring the guy down, but he just about won the ball. But it did come out to Shrewsbury.
He's trying.
Come out to their number 14, Obtega. Ogbetter, sorry. I think.
None of these sound correct, but okay.
His shot was deflected into the side netting, so it's another corner. I think they've had about 4 corners already, Shrewsbury, in 15 minutes. So
you did say there'd be goals.
Oxford got to be on their mettle again. It's a good ball in, and Shrewsbury do win it at the back post, but it just hits the guy's knee and rolls towards Jack Stevens, and it looks like might be a foul on Stevens, but it's not given, and it goes behind for another corner to Shrewsbury. So a barrage of corners Oxford are having to defend. This one wasn't defended that well, but they didn't concede from it, so... Any landing you can walk away from is a good landing, as they say.
Little updates from around the league. Bolton are leading Exeter. Ian, I know Bolton are your team in League 2. They're 1-0 up against the Exetronians.
Nice.
Blackburn.
Right, free header, 1-1.
Balls!
It was coming. It was coming. We just kept giving chances away from set pieces, and they just kept putting balls in there. Sorry, I was just looking at the thing. And I can't see who the goal scorer was. But, yeah, absolute free header from about 8 to 10 yards out. And he's planted it beautifully in the corner. Stevens had no chance. Marking was not very good. It's number 29, Pennington. So back to square one for the Yellows.
Well, it wouldn't be Oxford versus Shrewsbury if there weren't a shit ton of goals, Ian. And there are. So in an effort to get you off the conceded goal and being sad. Oh, hello, Jake Green. Good to see you. In an effort to...
Right, Oxford nearly get in right from the kickoff. But Shrewsbury shut the door on that one. Oxford got to get going from an attacking point of view. What's Lord Lucan said here? Oxford, their best win of the season. Robinson was sent to the stands. Do you expect... I think that most people would like Robinson to spend the season in the stands, but I don't think that Carl Robinson would like it. So no, but I see PJ's just sent us
PJ, you are killing it with the stickers right now. These are sick. Anyone else find any good stickers? Send us a sticker. These are awesome. I'm a big fan of this. Jonathan, don't say
need to get good.
Don't say Wickham are about to concede. Don't play that game. It's time for faith. You're gonna stay up magically. Don't know how, but it's going to happen. Charlie Austin's just scored. Charlie Austin still plays football?
Yeah, I mean, gone to QPR, hasn't he?
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, you put Charlie Austin in the Championship, he's going to probably get 20 goals a season.
Friend of the channel, Stephen Davis, was telling us a story about Charlie Austin because he used to play at a non-league club or something near Oxford, and Stevie was at a game he was at where he was just watching. I think he'd come back. I think he might have been at Southampton or wherever the hell he was at that point. But he came back and apparently spent the entire time on one of the slots machines. Like, the entire time. He's like, he was pouring money into it. They probably made more out of him on slots than they did on, like, gate receipts that day.
Well, I mean, it's been as Oxford playing really nice football actually, and get it out wide. They've got a bit of space now out wide. It's got sights of a chance to cross, but it's blocked. Could have gone wide actually on that one, but it's come out to Henry, who can also cross. It's a good ball in, and I think it was just. Has it gone for an Oxford corner? It has gone for an Oxford corner, but a good bit of pressure finally for Oxford at the right end of the pitch. Pretty similar rise through the leagues like what Vardy had. Swindon took a punt on him as kind of a part-time player, and he really did really well for them, and then got moves off the back of that, and ended up playing in the Premier League. And I think that he got an England call up, didn't he? But he didn't get on.
I think that is correct. I believe that to be true.
Yeah, I think he was still bitter about it when I heard him talking about it the other year. Oxford go short with the corner, and Barker's got a chance to run one-on-one. He gets tackled, though. And Shrewsbury, 2 players completely leave the ball, which gives it to Atkinson, who can cross in, and it is headed away by the enormous Pierre out for a throw-in. But that was really quite comical, how both players just left it on the edge of the box, and Atkinson could run back and pick the ball up and start another attack. So,
Ian, it's going freaking nuts in League One. I'm sure you've seen the updates coming up on your screen.
I haven't seen any updates. Let's just get this throw-in out of the way, and then we'll get back to it. I haven't seen any updates so far. The only one I've seen is Shrewsbury 1, Oxford 1. Right, there we go. Eventually they took it. It's with Barker. You've got 2 players around him. I think it comes off Barker. It does, and it goes for a goal kick. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Crew are winning 1-0 against Charlie Haynes' beloved team. Oh my God, they're going so quickly. I can't even keep up. Hull have taken the lead against Wigan. Blackpool are 1-0 up against Northampton. It is not going well for the bottom of the table right now. They are all having serious trouble in the League One right now.
Well, I mean that's Wigan and Wimbledon are reliant on Rochdale and Northampton, really, aren't they? I mean, if Rochdale and Northampton don't win, it's kind of irrelevant what Wigan and Wimbledon do.
Sunderland have also taken the lead against Plymouth Argyle. They're now up 1-0, but we all know that match will end in a draw, so no one get too excited just yet.
Yeah, I mean, when we talked about it in our League One video, that's like the perfect team for Sunderland to play right now. Plymouth do look like James Henry with a chance to cross. Very good defending, and that is another corner for Oxford. Hopefully they can right the wrongs that happened a few minutes ago. But they're certainly got a bit better in the last few minutes, starting to impose themselves a bit more on Shrewsbury.
Yes. Good. Goals are coming in. Sorry about that.
Patrick still, Oxford will face Bolt. Well, I mean, unless we go up, which is still a bit of a long shot, isn't it? But Oxford will face Bolton next season, which is good fixture. Oxford nearly got on the end. It comes out to Lee, decent volley, but blocked on the edge of the box. And Oxford keep possession, but it's gone back to the halfway line with Sykes. And he just chips the ball into a good area. But Atkinson wins it, but it just goes straight into the arms of the Shrewsbury keeper. And everything is calm, and it is 1-1.
If Blackpool win and Pompey if Blackpool win today, they are basically guaranteed a playoff place. Lincoln and Sunderland are guaranteed a playoff place. It is now, with Blackpool winning, all down to Pompey, Oxford, and Charlton are in there with a tiny outside chance of getting it done. Tiny. We're going to equalise.
I don't want to excite anybody, but there has been a pretty exciting goal in League One from an Oxford point of view. But it will come up. You'll get it when it comes in. You'll know it. But it is pretty exciting.
We're going to equalise just really quickly. 1-1. Joseph Dudu has scored. I am now going to figure out what Ian is talking about. I'm going to assume Pompey are losing, but you and me.
So Oxford have a throw in deep in their half. Not much happening in this one at the moment.
Alex Christodoulou says he's going to send us a link. Thank you very much, Alex. When you do it, we will obviously repost it in our next video as well. We'll show a bit of support to you, and we'll come watch some of your videos because that's what we do. That is what we do. Oh, well, Ian, really big news. Ross County have taken the lead against Dundee United, and I know you're on tenterhooks about this game.
That's the one we were looking for.
This is the game. And it is an AFC Wimbledon Joe Pigott goal. There we go. I got there eventually. Joe Pigott scored 23rd minute. Pompey are losing. This is huge. Oxford need to win. They need a win now. It is unbelievable scenes with Wimbledon taking the lead. They've been fancying this. What an end to the season for Wimbledon. They're basically going to enter mid-table.
Yeah, I thought that would be a tough game for Portsmouth to play. They look very fragile over the last few weeks, and that 3-3 draw would have kick some stuff in out of them a little bit, and it's just not an easy. I mean, we played Wimbledon recently and lost to them, and they're a very, very competent side, and they're going to ask a lot of questions for that Pompey side. But Shrewsbury have a chance of 2-1. They're right in behind. They are 2-1 up. Oxford are 2-1 down here. Terrible defending. Everybody just seemed to leave it, appealing for offside. It didn't look like it was anywhere near offside, to be honest. And what is it with playing Shrewsbury at this ground? Oxford face nowhere. I don't even know what Oxford were appealing for. It was nowhere close to offside. I don't know whether they were thinking it was handball, but it's number 10.
Ian, it's going from bad to worse. Pompey have equalised. Ronan Curtis goal.
And that is Vela for the Shrews. And after the wonderful start, Oxford find themselves 2-1 down here. And again, just out of nothing, really. No danger. And then inexplicably, Oxford just seemed to stop. And Ruffles just seemed to put his hand in the air and appeal. I don't know why, but Vela went clean through, and it was a very good finish. So once again, we're going to have to come do it the hard way against Shrewsbury.
Honeyman has scored for Hull. They've retaken the lead. There has been a flurry of goals that went with that Vela goal, Ian. I think at the end of the season, if you really want to see emotions, you should come back, guys, and watch this video again, because in the space of 5 minutes, it's been elation to devastation. Good Lord. I'm exhausted. Actually exhausted right now.
Oh, God, that's a terrible Elliot Lee. Trying the outside of the foot, and that was like my attempt to the outside of the foot. It went like 30 yards the wrong way. But Oxford still have it. No harm done. And a risky little back pass there, but Stevens does get to it, and Oxford clear. Again, just not out of the game. Still in it. Still
3-2 is the final score line. So we can expect 2 goals at the end of the game to win it, can't we now, Ian?
Yeah, I said not absolutely not out of it. Still a long way to go in this one, and Oxford just need to relax a little bit and not, don't need to rush and panic to try and get back into this one. Still loads of time. Just keep playing your football and create some chance. They do look dangerous when they go forward, Oxford. I don't know why. I don't know why they've been so sloppy at the back in this game. Right, but speaking of sloppy, it's Shrewsbury's chance to be sloppy, but Oxford can't take advantage of it. Taylor's cute little ball back, but unfortunately didn't go to anyone. But Oxford still have it with Barker, who is like 30 yards out. He can shoot, but he chooses to play it to the side of Ruffles, who does shoot, and it's quite an easy save for the keeper. But better from Oxford. Good work again from Lee, who won the ball. Oxford probably should have done better with that break. But again, it just shows you Shrewsbury will offer up gifts for us in this game.
It feels like there's goals. It feels like there's going to be a ton of goals in this game. There are tons of goals in League One, obviously. League One finally heating up after a very slow start to the day. Just to update everyone on the scores, Wimbledon and Portsmouth are level at 1-1. Crewe are beating Bristol Rovers 1-0. Hull are beating Wigan 2-1. Blackpool leading Northampton 1-0. Sunderland leading Plymouth 1-0. And for those of you that have only just joined us, Shrewsbury Town now beating Oxford 2-1. They're falling apart at the back. Ian is going to have a heart attack soon. He can't take it, but we will persevere on with this. We will persevere on, Ian, but please don't leave me, because I don't think I could do this on my own.
I'm all right at the moment.
Lord Luke.
I'm all right at the moment.
Oxford look dangerous going backwards.
They do love a sideways pass.
I enjoyed that. There's an ad.
Right. Here comes Long, bringing the ball out of defence.
What is this?
And what does he do? Gets about 20 yards forward, stops, plays it back. For Elliot Moore to bring the ball out of defence. Oh, he does go forward a bit more. Is that a foul? Looked like a foul. And Oxford have a free kick just inside Shrewsbury's half. But yeah, pretty mad few minutes of football around League One there. And I've literally just seen as well that Lincoln have just taken the lead against Peterborough.
Unbelievable scenes.
So Hull winning the league today, which is bad news for me, and Lincoln still with an outside chance of catching Peterborough.
Yeah,
very outside.
I mean, if scores stay the same, Lincoln would be on 78 points. No, they've got no chance of catching him.
No, well, they're not promoted yet, Peterborough.
Can't. There's only one game left at the end of this. After this.
Have you seen an updated table?
But they're 9 points. Oh, Lincoln have a game in hand.
Barker's got a chance to cross. It's a good ball, and Taylor fouls the keeper.
I've just realised Lincoln have a game in hand. That's why. I was getting confused as to how they weren't clear.
Yes, I was saying I know Peterborough haven't been confirmed as promoted yet, so so that would be interesting. Wouldn't that be a devastating blow for the Posh?
God, that would be brutal.
I'll tell you what, if I'm going to lose my bet, then why not have Lincoln go up and Peterborough blow it in the playoffs?
You'll get some championship football next year. Doncaster taking the lead against Rochdale. They're up 1-0 through Taylor Richards. Rochdale. Oh, boys, this was it. This is a must-win game for them. An extremely must-win game for them.
Back in the goals, Taylor Richards.
Indeed.
Got one against Portsmouth.
Luis Suarez has scored for Atletico Madrid. They are building Elche or Lish. Alulu? A lemon?
Did you do Spanish in school?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo Tomás. Dos cerveza, por favor. That's about it. Derecha, izquierda. This is what you guys signed up to, by the way, by watching this channel, is me randomly shouting Spanish at Ian while he watches football matches that stresses him out.
That's like when we did the video with grandstand bettors where we pick our tips for Sunday, and last week Matt did a game involving Lorient in France, and Lorient is like L''Orient, and I was trying to convince him.
Did he pronounce it correctly?
But he wasn't going for it. Well, he did. We had to call on his good lady to come and see the pronunciation properly. But Shrewsbury 1-on-1 with Elliot Moore. He's got round him and he's just put it into the side netting.
Christ.
I mean, what are Oxford doing at the back? I think that was Chapman as well. 1-on-1, dangerous player to leave a defender isolated with. But Oxford's gone out for a goal kick, but Chapman stayed down, and of course he's not going to roll off the pitch, so Oxford can play on.
Boo.
And the game is stopped. So, still as you were, and still
Ian,
not
can
going
I just
very
say
well.
Something?
That if Oxford don't win,
no, stop trying to get rid of me.
Opinions.
This will never end.
I said it's the end of Very Biased Opinions.
No, it can't be.
Get rid of both of us. It'll be a new show, a new title next year, starring Robert Allen
with Stephen
and Lord
Davis
Lucan.
as a special guest star.
No, Stephen Davis is no
loyalty
I just
to
like Very
that he
Biased
can't speak
Opinions
on a camera, so it'd be great as the guest star every time. Yeah, well, I mean,
unless he's lifting weights.
And now for an hour. Sorry.
Right. Again, just Shrewsbury coming forward, and they've got men on the overlap here, and Vella's got a chance to shoot, and I think that's clipped the outside of the post, and just walking a tightrope here from conceding a third goal. They just allowed Vella to bring the ball right to the edge of the box, and he just invited him to shoot, really. It was a good effort. Probably he'd be disappointed he didn't hit the target from there, and it's just gone from an Oxford point of view, it's gone the right side of the post and goes out for a goal kick. But all over the place at the back, not looking good, not looking strong defensively.
No, they are actually all over the shop. Defending has been absolutely shocking. This very quickly, Atletico Madrid's goal has been renounced. This is Oxford through and through.
Right,
genuinely.
Sykes have won the ball in midfield, and Oxford can come forward, hopefully on a quick break here. They got Henry, close it out to Long. It's all kind of slowed down a little bit, but Oxford still with good possession, but good possession turns into just going backwards and sideways, unfortunately. Go for it. There's not much happening.
I hadn't seen the Vestergaard sending off. I've just seen the replay. BT Sport have just shown it. It's not a great tackle. Really not a great tackle. Have you seen it?
Vardy, they nearly had to bring him off. He was pretty badly. I haven't actually seen it, but Barker's got a chance to shoot from range. He does. It's a bit of a grass cutter, and the goalie can just kneel on it quite easy. Yeah, I mean, I've heard it's one of the. I've heard that the usual thing is people.
He doesn't mean to do it, but he catches his ankle, and then because of the way his foot's going, it then rides up the ankle as well. So he's it's definitely a sending off. It's definitely a sending off.
What did you think about the one West Ham player that got sent off for the one on the follow through last weekend?
I don't know.
Bal, did you see it?
I did see it, but hold on, I'll look it up now.
But bear in mind, Tom thinks everything's a red
Genuinely
card.
do.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he thinks that was a really bad tackle.
Yeah. What was his name?
Balbuena. He caught him on the follow through, didn't he? And they were saying he couldn't really move his leg out of the way.
Hold on. I honestly can't even remember.
That's fine. Oxford have got it with Stevens. Tries a long ball forward, but without Adji up there, Oxford don't really have anyone really great to hold the ball up. But they have won it. The second ball back with Brannigan and can start an attack now. Henry's got Long on the overlap. I think Long's not going to get there, is he? He does all right. Plays a good little back heel. Henry can cross. It's held by the goalie. But good work by Henry and Long down in the side of the pitch there. But tilts to Shrewsbury. 30 in the 36th minute of the game here, and not going the way we wanted. Not going the time. Still time in this one to come back, and but Shrewsbury do look as likely to get a third as Oxford do to get the equaliser here.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that one. That's never a red card. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's no way it's a red card.
Well, I don't think that it was a red card, but I'm a mate. You usually think.
Well, he's the one kicking the ball.
How is he on the pitch?
Sir, what color?
Typical.
I've shouted that so many times in my life.
Yeah, I don't think.
The Gills are beating Burton Albion. Jordan Graham, 37th minute goal. Gillingham beating Burton 1-0 now.
Yeah, Jordan Graham. Sign him up. We'll have him next season.
Have anyone you can. Goals.
Well, we're losing. Obviously, we'll if we don't sign Barker, and obviously Mitch Shadipo will go back, and then I don't know if Jordan Graham is on loan. I think he is on loan to Chillingham. I don't think they've signed him. Atkinson marauding out from the back, makes a great run, gets to the edge of the box. They still haven't stopped him, but he runs into a defender and falls over. And Shrewsbury can bring the ball out from the back. And luckily, with Atkinson not out of position, they don't.
I actually adore it when you say things like runs into a defender, because all I can imagine is this bloke literally, like, just with a ball, just falls over. Another bloke takes ball, runs away.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got to the edge of the box. He didn't know what to do. There were no options, so he tried to beat another man. He just literally ran into the defender, and they both were like two immovable force, unstoppable objects, and they both kind of just bounced off each other.
The ball was just left in the middle. These two guys rolling around. It looks like Atletico may have actually scored this time. Marcos Llorente with a goal in the 23rd minute, but you never know. It could be offside or a foul, or I don't know, somebody might have insulted the referee's dog and he might have changed his mind. It depends how VAR's feeling on the day. Oh, Ian, as we approach half time, I think we're about 5 minutes away. What are your thoughts in the first half?
Yeah, probably just under 10 minutes away. Long ball played over the top for Brass, going nowhere. Brannigan was good with his passing last week, but that was pretty dire, and he goes out for a goal kick to Shrewsbury. Well, I mean, again, great start. Since from Oxford didn't build on that fast start, and Shrewsbury, they allowed Shrewsbury to settle and create pressure, and they had a barrage of corners, and it felt like they were going to get on the end of one of them, and they did, and then it felt quite an even game, and inexplicably Shrewsbury kind of got a goal out of nothing. But it's what can I say? It's the scoreline is not what we want.
No,
the performance hasn't been terrible, but the scoreline is terrible, and Oxford have got to find 2 goals in this game somehow.
They do indeed need to find 2 goals. As it stands, Pompey would be 5 clear, wouldn't they? Which would basically secure them a playoff place.
No, they won't be. They're only a point ahead of us.
Oh no, so they'd only be 2 points ahead of you. Sorry, I thought Pompey were winning for a second. That's my fault.
Yeah, it's Charlton's game in hand as well. That's the worry.
Who have they got?
Which is one of the reasons Oxford need to win this game to kind of put the pressure on Charlton to win in midweek.
Neil has been kind enough to let us know that Graham's
great run by Long, great run all the way to the edge of the box. He goes out wide to Lee. What could Oxford fashion here? They go back rather than forward. Is Henry trying to work some space now? It's out with Long again. Tries to play a 1-2, and Oxford win a throw in. Sorry,
I was just going to say, Neil says that Graham signed permanently in August.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, fair enough. He's done well. Good signing, and he's done well for them.
I'm just rewatching the Champions League PSG game, and it's
nutmeg. Great play by Oxford. Oh, but Henry's cross is terrible again. And Shrewsbury, can they bring it clear, or are they going to piss around with it at the back? Looks like they're going to do a bit of both, and eventually do get a ball out wide to start an attack. Yeah, go on.
Oh no, it's just I'd forgotten how bad those free kicks were. Like, how did PSG fall apart the way they did? Just absolutely awful. So,
right, cross into the box. Oh god, it looked like Long was going to fall over and let a player get on the end of it, but he just about won it. Oxford hanging on a little bit at the back again as Shrewsbury build another attack. They've looked pretty competent, very competent actually going forward. Shrewsbury, Oxford kind of almost wouldn't mind the half-time whistle blowing now. Regroup a little bit.
So Charlton have got Hull and Lincoln to play in. That's what Alex Christodoulou is saying, and that is a tough. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough bill.
It's tough. It is very, very tough for them, and you wouldn't expect them to take 6 points from those games.
No,
but they can, and especially if Hull have won the league and just are a bit of a jolly up for the final day.
Yeah,
then they might have taken their eye off the prize because they got nothing to play for. But you would expect the Lincoln one to be a tough one. You'd expect Lincoln to not lose to Charlton, put it that way.
Hello, Matt Uranka of Grandstand Betters. How are you?
Hey, buddy. We're losing 2-1, Matt. Took the lead after like 3 minutes and have let Shrewsbury back into the game with a pretty soft goal from a corner and then an even softer goal where everyone just stopped and let a guy run through. So not good.
On that note,
how are you?
It is a tough first half that Ian is having to go through right now. So please smash the like button. It cheers him up immensely. The more likes we get, the happier he is. Can we get to 25? That would be incredible, especially only 24 viewers. That would be sensational scenes.
Right. Sykes battling away hard in midfield. Barker got the ball in midfield now. Hopefully he can start one of those long runs. And he gets tripped, but he carries on. He's still got it. Bamboozling his way through, and he's still got it, but has to go back to Brannigan. Barker again picks the ball up. Crappy pass, though. Just lazy pass. And Oxford end up going 20 yards back, but they still have it. Still have it with Long. Can he get he tries a deep cross? It's a good ball. And in the end, Shrewsbury have to head it behind for a corner. And Oxford get a chance to hopefully get that equalising goal.
Ooh, it's a corner.
Yeah. Need to do what Shrewsbury did from one of theirs. Find a centre-back unmarked. And hopefully they can stick it in the top corner like Pennington or whatever his name was did for the Shrews. But Oxford in their usual love train formation. Cross in. Looks a bit over hit, but Ruffles can keep it alive, can he? No. Not a very good corner, really. Would have been good effort by Ruffles to try and keep it in, but out for a goal kick.
So, Ian, you are going to be unsurprised to know it's the club that shall not be named 0. Ipswich Town 1. James Norwood in the 44th minute with a penalty.
Just surprising that Ipswich scored, really.
I know. This had 0-0 written all over it. I think I did predict an Ipswich win. I think I predicted 1-0, so now I have to hope no more goals are scored all day. Jordan Creed, hello. I don't think we said hello to you yet. How are you doing, sir?
He's going to be struggling and suffering like all of us, Thomas.
Yes, just like all of us. That was what I wanted to say to you, Ian. If you were the people in charge of Roma.
An animal?
Why would you even?
I thought you were going to say, if you were an animal, what animal would you be?
I know you'd be a dolphin, so don't worry about that.
Dung beetle.
It's an insect, Ian. Jeez. No, if you were.
I'm sticking with it.
Oh, what is this? Highlights of. Oh, it's just highlights of Mbappe being freaking unplayable. Guy is ridiculous.
Right. Brannigan trying to spray a long ball out. That looks like a good ball out to Barker, who plays it back nicely to Ruffles in space. He can cross. Fast play by Oxford, but the cross is overhit. And it goes out either for a free kick. No, it's not a free kick. It's a throw-in to Shrewsbury. And we are 2 minutes away from half-time now. As per normal, we will be taking a little siesta at half-time to regroup and refocus, just like Carl Robinson will be doing with his boys in white. And he'll probably be reminding them that they're wearing white. Hopefully when we come back, we'll see a lot better second half.
We're going to really hope for a better second half here. We cannot have me yawning.
Let's hope so, Tom.
Can't have me yawning like this.
It's all a bit too much for you.
It's because I'm stuck with this on the side, which is quite boring, just like begging for a goal.
It's always an excuse.
Begging.
Barker now. Barker running at the heart of this Shrewsbury Town defence, but he runs into a defender and they can bring it away. Fast break was on, but Oxford win it back, and I think end up winning a throw-in as well. So we're into stoppage time, and Oxford have got throw-in in Shrewsbury's half. Can they try and create one more attack before the half-time whistle blows? What's up?
Pompey 2.
Oh!
Bad's worse, Ian.
Damn it.
2 worse.
Well, again, it just means it's even more now that we have to win.
Lincoln City, Grant.
Wow.
Unbelievable scenes, Jeff.
Not good. Right. Oxford again. And it's played off long, and it's going to be a throw into Shrewsbury. We got 1 minute left of injury time at the end of this half, and
we go into half time in a tough situation.
It's got to be a balls to the wall second half.
Indeed, but Oxford have been good at those.
I mean, those balls have got to be firmly
Oxford
against
have
the
had
wall.
quite a few random come from behind victories recently. They're doing really well, scoring in the second half and taking the game at the scruff of the neck. So we can be hopeful. Admittedly, Robert Allen is not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've got options from the bench. We've got Daniel the Manjul, Adjington. I imagine we've got Shadipo on there. Is Winnell on the bench today? Can anyone confirm that just before we go to the break? Because if we have, again, he's another option. So, again, still time. And Oxford got a chance, enter the box. Brannigan to shoot. And it's just over the bar. But that was a good opportunity for Brannigan. He should be hitting the target from there. A sign of his season, really, in front of goal. Not confident from that sort of range anymore. And that will take us into the break, I think, folks.
Is that happening? Are we definitely breaking right now?
It's like 55 seconds, but the goalie's got the ball in his hand and he's slowly walking, thinking about taking a goal kick. And I'm sure once the ball goes in the air, that the referee will blow.
We will go dead for 10 minutes, everybody, while we get cups of tea, etc. So please just come back in about 10 minutes if you are going to leave us. But if not, just leave it on in the background. Just let it go. Current shit show of a football match. It's a shit show. Oxford United.
Hey, 3 goals. It must be pretty good if there's 3 goals in it.
Carl Robinson out. Shadipo out.
If you'd done the classic Very Biased Opinions over 2.5 goals, you'd be laughing right now.
Go to the bank. Go to the bank.
I just want to say that Tom Gill did provide the substitutes for us, so thank you, Tom. I hope you're back in watching this to see my thanks and adulation for saying that Oxford had Eastwood, Goran, Winnell, Ford, Adji, Hansen and Shadipo on the bench. Luke from Northampton Town Football Club has put in his very, very upset face, saying that Northampton are losing. Looks like they're going down, but they don't deserve to be losing to Blackpool, apparently. Alex has said a big second half needed from the lads. Absolutely. Otherwise, yeah, absolutely. Alex, spot on. Yeah, do or die, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jonathan here, just watched a Papa John's trophy advert. Why isn't it making enough? Well, if you play your cards right, Jonathan, you may be playing in it next season. How about that? And Simon Wilson, hi Ian, hi Tom, how's life treating? Hey Simon, all right mate, not too bad. Obviously Oxford are losing, so could be better. And a big set, but hopefully it's just the drama before it's a big second half and a crescendo with Oxford slamming in a winner in the
There
last
were
seconds.
some goals while we were away, and Wigan have gotten a goal back against Hull. And I think more bad news for Oxford fans has Pompey.
I thought it was 1-1. I think you're a bit.
You're right.
Wigan had equalised quite early.
But Pompey did get a third right before the stroke of half time, which means Pompey are up 3-1 now.
It is. Yeah, but return to form for Pompey in that one. Bad timing for Oxford. As Shrewsbury get us underway at the start of this second half with a long ball forward. They've won the second ball, and Oxford could bring it clear, and Barker sees it out for a throw-in. So it's 45 minutes to save the season, to keep the playoff dream alive. It puts it in perspective a little bit with that Pompey win, that even if Oxford do win these two games, it still might not be enough at this stage. But we have to at least try and get that win to keep it alive to the final day
Neil, you
of the
absolute
season.
legend. Thank you so much for another sticker. I'm loving these weird pineapple, pear, grapefruit, whatever shape they are. I'm loving them. They're moving. This is awesome. I love these stickers. Thank you.
Thank you, Neil.
I really like it too. Derby have taken the lead.
Wickham doesn't make it. Our groups, yeah. Well, I mean, it's the Papa John's Johnson Paint Checker Trade World Championships is very much the nobody cares until you reach like the semi-finals, and then you're like 1 or 2 games from Wembley. So if you don't get out of the groups, it's kind of a bit of a blessing.
Are there groups?
There's group stages at the start. I think you play. But it's not home and away. It's like one. I think there's like 4 teams, and you play everybody once.
That sounds long. Welcome back, by the way, everybody. We're back to 21 viewers. Please smash the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. Great to have you all on here. Please, if you are enjoying the stream, feel free to super chat us or check us out on Patreon. For as little as £3 a month, you can help support the channel. It helps keep us going, and it's the only reason Ian is not currently working for BT Sport.
Sykes with a chance to cross. Good ball in. Header away, but not cleared. And Ruffles can shoot, and I think that is going to go for a throw-in. But it's a header that was supposed to be cleared, but ended up going sideways, which let Oxford carry on with the attack. Elliot Lee is currently down, but I think he's going to be okay. And Oxford have a throw-in and a decent start to the second half, and a chance to build some pressure and hopefully get equalising goal.
Neil asks, if Derby win, are Wickham down? Because Derby have just taken the lead through Tom Lawrence against Swansea. Huge game. I believe they're. I
think they are, aren't they? I think Wickham. I think Wickham had to win every game and hope for Derby to lose every game. I think
Derby 1-0 up against the Swans. If they can win here, Wayne Rooney gets 5 points, a biscuit, and is promoted to the man of Derby Town. The mayor, sorry, not the man. The mayor of Derby Town.
Well done, Wayne, taking Derby from playoff hopefuls,
staying in the league.
Not just Wayne. Philip Cocu has to take a little bit of the blame, I guess, as well. But
they're really good.
They were right last season, though, weren't they?
Edge.
They've just missed out, maybe, but they might have got into playoffs. I can't quite remember. No, I don't think they did. I don't remember talking about them in our reviews. I think it was Swansea, Cardiff, Fulham, and Brentford.
Just been outside it. I think they were really good, and then they didn't quite come back like all the other teams. No, Robert Allen says Steve Kiddenborough.
Kiddenborough. He does Radio Oxford commentary. He's an ex-Oxford player.
Who is he? Tell me. Actually, do tell me who he is.
Well, he played for Oxford quite a while ago. He had a loan spell with us from Rangers back when we were in the conference, but he was a good player. And I know he went on to play for Rangers for a bit, and he just got some affiliation with Oxford, and he's been doing Radio Oxford commentary this year. And he's
describing Oxford as a nearly team. Ian, does that grate at you? Does that make you angry, or do you agree?
No, I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty fair, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't think you can really 100%. Argue with that. The other guy, Eddie, ex-Oxford player as well, Eddie Anaclet. He's got another name. I can't remember how to say it, but he said Oxford are very much like Oxford are plan A, and plan B is to do plan A better, which I think sums it up quite well as well.
That's amazing. Right now, Oxford sit out of the playoffs, everybody. This will be a nail in the coffin if they can't at least draw, if not win here. A draw only takes them to within 3 points of Pompey. A win takes them within 1 point of Pompey, who are now winning 3-1. I think we win that match.
Yeah, got to be a pretty big turnaround from AFC Wimbledon in that one to nick a point. They're capable of it, but you'd imagine Pompey would see that one out. Oxford not really had much in the last few minutes. Atkinson tried to maraud out from the back, but it ends up being a throw into Oxford on about the halfway line. And let's hopefully it's a half where at least we're camped in Shrewsbury's half for the whole of it, and it's wave after wave of white attack.
All you really want from Oxford right now is them to try and score, right? It's just to attack, or just to put in as much effort as they can.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's the cliches come out, isn't it? Of like, leave it all out there, and we want to see them give it a go. And exactly right. I mean, if they come off and they've like battered the door down for 45 minutes, or they just couldn't score, then what can you do? But you just don't want to surrender meekly like they have done for many times this season. Right, edge of the box with Barker, Brannigan, and Sykes. Sykes with a bit of space now. He can get into the area. Chance to cross, but not really good enough from Sykes. Kind of no good space opened up for Sykes. I'd like to have seen him actually do better. It looked like he was just kind of like, I'm just going to hit it across goal, and it was very easy to defend rather than actually trying to pick out a man or do something extra special. But Oxford have a corner, so they might score from this. So all what I've said might be absolute rubbish. It's played into the box. It looked like Oxford looked like an Oxford player won it, and it ended up going backwards. But we've still got it. That's a bit of a hospital pass, and again, Oxford just about keep it alive. But now Shrewsbury can break, but they don't. But it is only a throw in, and they can breathe. But weird little routine. I'm sure an Oxford player got his head on that, and it seemed to end up like coming off the back of his head and coming out rather than going in.
Neil says that when Oxford get a clean sheet, Goran was playing in all of them except one. Is he needed back to stop the goals going in? Goran's obviously signed another deal with the club, but he's just coming back from injury.
And it's on one hand, yes. Obviously, with those statistics, you would say yes. I would say that you would have been hard pressed to have put Goran in the side today, just because the last time out, Brannigan, I thought, had a really good game in that holding role, and Sykes was really good in midfield, and I would have been loath to really change that. But obviously, Alex Goran, his strength is being a stopper. It's probably no coincidence that when he plays, Oxford are better defensively. But Oxford have got a chance again, edge of the box. Terrible cross from Elliot Lee, and it's bound for a goal kick. But also remember, with Brannigan in there in that holding role, he also does add an extra dimension to Oxford going forward. Like, he's not just like Goran is a bit limited in that capacity with what he can do. Yeah, and Brannigan has got that ability to add to Oxford's creativity from an attacking point of view. So maybe having Brannigan in there has been a catalyst for Oxford scoring more goals. But on a flip side, it does mean we're a bit more vulnerable at the back.
Ian, I think that your bet for who wins the league is completely gone now. Peterborough are down 3-0. Lincoln are trouncing them away from home.
Yeah, massive, huge win for Lincoln. They're in fine form at the end of this season, and heading comfortably in the playoffs, and they're still going to be giving Peterborough some scary moments about catching them for automatics at the moment.
Map has truly done well. And if the playoffs, tons of questions for you today, by the way. I am on my game.
Yeah, no problem. Shrewsbury do come forward. Looks like Atkinson's going to be able to shield that out for a throw-in, and he does. It's a throw-in to Oxford, but right down in the corner. But yeah, good chiming to go and talk about questions now, Tom.
If results stay the way they are, Oxford are out the playoffs. Charlton have a very, very off chance of catching Portsmouth. So I'm going to assume that doesn't happen. You've got Lincoln, Sunderland, Blackpool, and Portsmouth. That is a hell of a playoff roster. Who do you think makes the final and goes up?
Well, let's say, obviously it depends where the teams finish as well in terms of who plays who.
Right now it's Lincoln, Pompey, Sunderland, Blackpool.
I just have a feeling that I see sort of like I see Sunderland and Pompey kind of blowing the charts again. You know?
Oh yes.
I'm not confident. I would say the winner's probably more likely to come from Lincoln and Blackpool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to look past Lincoln. They look really hard to. They look tough at the back, and they look like they've got a lot. The goals have come back in them, especially now Grant's returned to the side. So I'm going to go with Lincoln City.
I'm going to go. I think it's going to be a Lincoln Blackpool playoff final, and I think Mapp has proven what a good manager he is, and they're going to go up. They're going to win that 2-0 and go to the promised land of the championship.
Well, it's Blackpool Sunderland. It's not a semi-final that Sunderland would win, especially after losing 1-0 to them twice in a row over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But then again, I can't really say Sunderland would fancy playing any of those sides.
No.
They'd probably rather play Pompey.
Sunderland's form is so garbage right now, like
terrible.
And Lincoln City have won 4 of their last 5. They're going to have won 5 of their last 6 if this result remains the same. Doncaster, Rochdale look done at this point. They are now down 2-0.
Yeah.
That looks like the end.
Right. Just on the game here, Barker ran forward, a bit of obstruction. And he has won a free kick wide on the left-hand side. And Oxford have a chance to bring the big men up from the back and to get a ball into the mixer. It is James Henry over it. And hopefully Oxford can get back into this one. And so the playoff dream isn't over just yet. But I tell you what, if we do nip into that final playoff spot, Lincoln looks a very daunting task, doesn't it? in that
oh,
final.
My God. Did you see their early match in the Premier League today?
No, I didn't.
Sergio Aguero's goal was so good. So smoothly taken. His first touch pops it up. He's 10 yards out. From the outside of his boot, he just laces it in the top corner.
Let's come back to that. Ball in from Henry. It's decent. It looks like the keeper's going to gather it, but no, he doesn't. But Shrewsbury... Ball's bouncing around. Oxford keep it alive. Can Oxford keep the pressure on? No, Shrewsbury can clear it. And that looks like a foul by Barker. And Shrewsbury get their turn to fall to the ground and win a cheap free kick and can clear the danger. So, yeah, nothing. Oxford haven't created anything so far. And we're getting up to 15 minutes into this second half. And at the moment, we are not looking likely of scoring. So you have to sort of think, when is Robbo going to make those substitutions?
Right. We got some text in the chat that I should probably cover. Jonathan Harris says that the Wickham goal is brilliant. He was so far out the defenders didn't even bother closing him down, and he's pinged it in. Come on, the Wanderers. Can't believe him saying that. This goes against everything.
I saw Alex sent one in, didn't he? He sent about... he said something about Carl Robinson.
I'll get to it. Let me just finish this quickly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to work my way through them. Also, Fleetwood have taken the lead against MK Dons. Wow. Joey Barton. No, not Joey Barton. Who's in charge of there now? Simon Grayson. I think you had them to win that game, Ian. Simon Wilkinson says you've got to watch out for the Charlton score as well. I mean, that's true, but right now it's immaterial to what's happening because they're not winning.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. But again, it's to say if Oxford don't win, then they're 4 points behind with only a game to play. So unless they, by maths, unless they win with a bonus point, they won't get into playoffs.
Yeah. So let's get to Alex Christodoulou's comment. How many more years of just missing the playoffs before we're KR out? I mean, they made the playoffs last year. They made the playoff final last year. So this year, by missing it by a couple points, is by no means the end of the world. How do you feel, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, he's got some... This season's been a very weird one, and I think everyone will... Every manager and every player and every chairman will talk to the weirdness of not having fans and all that stuff and use excuses for why the season's been so up and down. But they've done well to drag it out this far. Shrewsbury have a chance, but it's ballooned over the bar. I would say if Oxford have a poor season next season and they don't make the playoffs, then you could start to ask some questions, especially if if Robinson gets his way and we keep this group of players together and we don't sell anyone, and he's able to bring in players with a decent budget, and Oxford still don't make the playoffs, then I think you do have to start asking some questions.
Yeah, he's got at least a year though, a year or the world's worst run of form you've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Again, what annoys us as fans doesn't necessarily annoy the board, and I think that the board and the chairman do actually like Robinson, and so I think that he would have to really balls things up before they start looking for a new boss. As Barker's one-on-one for the first time, gets around the outside, he's in the area, it looks like he's overrun it, and it goes out for a goal kick in the end, and I think Henry is furious with the referee. Barker might be injured here. He's down in a real crumpled heap, but he overran it. He had a chance to get the ball in the box, and he took an extra touch, and it allowed the Shrewsbury players to come across and bundle him out of play, really. And it's the first time Barker's got in behind like that, but really he should have done better. He should have been more clinical with his cross.
You'll be unsurprised to hear pessimistic brother Alan is back out in force. Robert, always good to have you on the channel. Oxford don't deserve the playoffs if we're honest. We're a top 10 side. We can improve, though.
Yeah. It's a difficult one, isn't it? It's on a bit of a knife edge, isn't it? Because it's like if they arguably, what are we? If we lose out to Portsmouth by a point, like what we say, we don't deserve it. Like what? They've been 1 point better than us over the course of a season, so a little bit harsh. I would say by and large, we've not been great for long periods of this season, and it's come back to haunt us. So I would say it's a little bit on the harsh side to say not good enough.
Good news for Rotherham and Wycombe supporters. Swansea have equalised against Derby. It's 1-1. Morgan Whittaker in the 63rd minute grabbed that goal, so it's 1-1 in that match.
Right, Oxford have won a free kick, and it looks like it's a booking for Chapman. Oxford have got this about 35 to 40 yards out, pretty central, so not really a chance to shoot at goal. But no, it's actually more out wide than I thought, so it'll be another chance to get a ball in. Got to be better delivery from Henry. Got to get better quality. The last one was too overhit, and it allowed like the keeper and the defenders to get back. But maybe we'll get a nice little lucky own goal like we got against Plymouth. That would go down a treat at this stage. Or maybe a penalty.
Ian, Plymouth have just equalised against Sunderland. It's 1-1, Joe Edwards.
Wow. I thought you were telling me something that had happened in this game then.
No, I'm 5 behind you.
Right. Okay, so free kick to Oxford, taken into the box. It's not very good. It's under hit this time and cleared, but it does come out to Oxford with Brannigan, who can keep the attack going, and they try and drill down the other side. And Lee's in the box now with a chance to shoot. He shoots at goal, and it is blocked behind. And Elliot Lee did really well. Then he could have even maybe got, if he was in the box, he would have gone down and probably would have got a penalty because the guy was all over his back. But he stayed on his feet. And he drove in a fierce shot, but Shrewsbury got a man across to block it. It has gone behind for a corner. Finally, we're putting a bit of pressure on this Shrewsbury goal. But Oxford need to improve the quality of the delivery if they're going to start creating more chances in this game.
Right, we've got more fantastic news for Wycombe and Rotherham fans. Swansea are now 2-1 up. It's completely turned around.
Ball into the box, headed away by Shrewsbury, who can kind of maybe start a counter-attack, although it's all pretty slow, and it ends up going back to Jack Stevens. Shrewsbury look like they're not really pressing anymore now as well. Very much kind of just backs to the wall and letting Oxford. Well, maybe that's a little bit harsh, but they don't look like they got much intensity going forward like they had in the first half. Wycombe, you said, sorry, what was it? More good news for Wycombe?
Yeah, Swansea are 2-1 up now against Derby. Falling apart.
Wow, that was a quick turnaround.
And Ian, it's happened. The comeback is on. Sariki Dembele scored. Peterborough 1, Lincoln 3. The comeback is well and truly on.
Wow. Keep telling me these things. I keep thinking you're going to talk. I thought you were telling the comeback was on. I thought you were going to say Wimbledon 2, Pompey 3.
No.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Barker now has a bit of space to run. He cuts inside. What he likes to do, shoots, but too many players around him, and it is cleared by Shrewsbury. Oxford getting better in the second half, but not had anything quite clear-cut yet. which they can sink their teeth into.
Plymouth have had a man sent off. Jerome Opoku has been sent off. So Sunderland really have an easy chance to win here, but we all know they're going to balls it up somehow. They'll probably end up losing 2-1 because that's Sunderland right now. Right, let me see what else I can cover here. Neil thinks Blackpool are going to go up. Fair play. I think both me and Ian think they'll be in the final no matter what. Ian, where do you think, this is from Alex, where do you think Oxford need to improve to make a run next season?
Well, I'm not sure what the situation is with Marcus McGuane. I know there's been talk about they might be trying to sign him. He's a key player. Oxford need a player of that kind of ilk, a guy that can get the ball in midfield and turn and run at the defence. We've really missed that kind of pace through the centre of the pitch, really. Difficult to say too much more strengthening is needed, really. I think Oxford have got a pretty good squad. I would say they'll need to obviously replace Barker and Shadipo and get a good pacey winger in. You'd like to think that if they can keep Adji and Winnell and Taylor, you've got enough goals from the forwards there. If they can all stay fit, I would like it if they could sign Elliot Lee. I think that would be a really good signing as well. But other than that, I don't think they've got. I don't think they've got too much more. They really need to strengthen. Right, Oxford, good break here. Just played behind James Henry, but he's in the area. He's forced out wide. There's a chance to cross in the box now. But Shrewsbury closed the door once again. He's come back out to Long. He's probably going to have to go back to Brannigan. He does. But again, Oxford looking like they are much more on the front foot in this half. Ball inside to Henry. Gets it out to Sykes. What could Sykes do from a wide area? He's one-on-one. Looking to beat his man. But a little bit slowed up at the moment. He might have to go back to Brannigan again. He does. And Oxford are going back towards the halfway line in this attack rather than going forward. And they're going to try down the other side with Barker, who is the main
Ian,
outlet pace to the side. But
I think if Oxford can keep their back four together, and we already know Stevens, I think, is contracted for the next couple of years. If they can keep that, they're going to be a lot better defensively next year. But they've really come together and played pretty well. And we talked about it.
Right, into the area. Charles the Taylor, it's 2-2. It is 2-2 now. Great. We said it was building. I think that was actually James Henry, but it's Elliot Lee again, who's done really well. It was build-up play by Oxford, and I think it was Lee who got the ball in the area. He was able to hold it up and play it to Henry. And it's a lovely first-time side-foot finish from him. Yep, it is. And look, actually a really nice move. Henry spun out the way of the initial ball in, which meant Lee got the ball in the penalty area. He played it off to Henry, who was in space. And a side foot finish, and Oxford are back level, folks. 2-2 with 25 minutes to get this third goal and to keep the pressure on to Pompey. I think even a draw would actually take it to the final game of the season, but you're asking for a miracle really there, aren't you? A real miracle.
This is a sensational end to a game. 20 minutes left, 2-2. I told you, Ian, there's goals in the second half. I told you.
I didn't deny it. I don't remember denying that. It's right. We've had another super chat from PJ Simpson. He sent another little sticker, which we can all enjoy. I think that's actually, if I'm reading this rightly, that's actually me saying PJ Simpson wants to punch you in the face.
I see it as no other. As they pay, allow him to punch me in the face. That's what he's paying for.
One in the groin. One in the groin too.
Simon, I'm eating some white chocolate and cranberry biscuits.
Ever the pro, isn't he, Simon? Ever the pro.
I'm in Coventry beating Huddersfield. Jordan Shipley, come on, the boys.
Yeah, there we go. Right, yeah, good point by Rob. My brother's just made. I'm going to get to. I'll let you bring that one up when you see it. But it's Tom also does some ASMR live streams as well, where he eats a variety of foods. So go check them out on Pickles Eat Pickles. Pickles Eats Pickles on YouTube.
Interesting fact: I've never eaten pickles on the channel.
No, but on your channel, you have.
I mean, obviously. Right. Really quickly, let me get through some of these. Robert Allen agrees with you. If he keeps the bulk of the team, they don't progress. Questions will be asked. Simon Wilkinson says he'll be glad when the season's over. Yeah, it feels long right now, without a doubt. Lord Lucan says, how much money have Oxford lost because one player is not working today, enough to buy a decent defender?
Who? I'm just saying, like, it's a very vague comment. How much money have Oxford lost because iPlayer is not working? Is it not? You having trouble with it? I'm watching it on iPlayer.
I follow.
Or I follow through the website. I'm not on the app, so I don't know whether you want to just try it on the browser, wherever it'll work. But I couldn't possibly answer that question. And you want to get and find a stream because you're missing a good end to the match here.
Ian, Brett Pittman scored. The club that must not be named. It's now 2-1 to Ipswich. I don't know what I've been paying attention to, but a stormer of a game going on.
Wow.
Just up the road.
I don't believe it.
Neither do I. Right, I'll get through this. Right, Robert Allen's obviously really happy with Henry. Owen the Rail, hello. We haven't heard from you yet today. Says KR always leaves his subs too late. It's hard. Hard to argue with that.
He does. But remember, KR's always right as well.
He also put 3 strikers on in the last match we watched, so that
must be really hard to have never made a wrong decision in your life.
We'll have to ask him about that when we finally become the official live stream.
Brannigan did really well there because he did one of those fouls where he wasn't really fouled, but he turned it into a foul.
Yes.
And if it wasn't given, Shrewsbury literally had a 3-on-1. So good. Well done, Brannigan, on that one.
Right, this is the one you wanted. Isn't Henry the man who ruins our playoff chances?
Yeah, well, that came out from obviously when he got sent off a handball on the line. And there were like some quotes on Twitter saying, second season in a row where Henry's poor decision-making has cost us the playoffs. And like, the ultimate knee-jerk reaction if ever I've seen it.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's a failure of a player. He shouldn't even be allowed to play for the club anymore.
Well,
I hope everyone can hear me putting my biscuits away.
I guess that's your opinion.
It's my biased opinion. Sack him. Him and KR out.
Yeah, I'm bloody glad he was only banned for one game.
Yeah, 100%. So we currently have Oxford and Portsmouth separated by 3 points. Oxford now have the superior goal difference. All it would take is Pompey scoring again to be an equal goal difference. Jonathan Harris says Wycombe are really trying their best to concede. I mean, no offense, mate, but I want Wycombe to win, but this is the Wycombe special right now. Take the lead, lose or draw the game. I mean, yeah. Jonathan Harris, ASMR League One predictions.
Next season they'll win a lot of games 1-0, I imagine.
Oh God, it's going to be fun watching them have 10% of the ball and still, win games 1-0.
Yeah, and do you still have a real problem with
that? A huge problem, which is funny because they did in the Premier League. I'd absolutely adore it, but
Oxford coming forward again. Henry and Sykes kind of get in each other's way really, and they seem to almost leave the ball for each other, and it ends up with Shrewsbury being able to clear quite comfortably, and then a foul, poor foul, just pushed a guy over from long, breaks up the play really, and Oxford reset. But that was unfortunate because it looked like a bit of a breakaway was on there. But still time in this one, guys. Still like 20 minutes left. There's still plenty of time. I would like to see some activity on that substitutes bench. I would like to see maybe Adjington coming on very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Although I have a feeling Robinson's going to leave this till
like 10 minutes left at best.
Less than 10 minutes to go.
Hull are now 3-1 up against Wigan. Josh McGuinness with the goal, but unfortunately no one is taking advantage of that situation right now. All the clubs at the bottom are losing. It is tough. Jonathan Harris just
that'll be the championship for Hull. That'll be the title for them, and they thoroughly deserve it. Right, Oxford have broke the lines here, and Henry's charging forward. Can he get a good ball in? Oh, Barker just in front of Barker, but he's still got it in the area. He's 1-on-1 with the defender. Oh, what a chance! Oh, that was a great chance. And Elliot Lee's put it over from about 8 yards. It was Barker who kept the ball alive. He's played it back into the middle where Lee was running onto it, but it was a combination of him. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he's just kind of the ball's bobbled on him a bit, but really should be getting that on target. But still, a sign that Oxford are growing in this game and definitely are all steam ahead to try and get the winner in this.
Do you know who else is growing into a game? Peterborough United. It's 3-2. Johnson Clark Harris.
Oh my!
The kind of comeback's on, man. It's on. It's happening. This is it.
Johnson Clark, Joe Harris.
Joe Harris. Jonathan Harris. Who is John Obi Mikel playing for? He's just gone. John Obi Mikel is still playing. Is he? And for who? I need to know this now. Also, the BT score guy has his phone out. He's literally on his phone. He's less professional than I am. I can see his phone. At least I
don't believe that. Oxford come forward again. Elliot Lee plays it back into Henry. Over hit by Henry. God, his decision making always costs us promotion. And it's gone out for a throw in. Damn you, Henry! I'll get you next time, Gadget. And it's back with Jacques Stevens.
Oh, good old Jacques.
And Oxford have to build all the way from the back now. Oh, lovely little pirouette from Brannigan. He really is turning into the discount Steven Gerrard. He plays a wonderful ball forward, which goes straight into the arms of the Shrewsbury goalkeeper.
Jonathan Harris says last season he went to 2 games where Wycombe won by over 1 goal, and the margin was only increased to over 1 goal in the 90th minute. But you gotta love Wycombe. Yeah, fair play. That's exactly who they are and who they've been. Simon Wilkinson asking the most obvious question on earth. Ian, would you be interested in Oxford re-signing Rob Dickey if you could?
No, shit, get rid of him.
Yeah, it was terrible last year. Worst defender in the league.
Burn and move on, as you would say about Man United, Thomas.
Burn and move. Mate, we haven't even talked about the fact they won 6-2 this week. It's unbelievable.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about it. Brannigan coming forward now. Oxford on the edge of the box. Ruffles with a space to shoot. But that is always going away from goal. And it's high, wide, and not very handsome. But it's bubbling up. It's bubbling up here at the New Meadow. And as I speak, 15 minutes to go. That wonderful man is coming on. Daniel Adgington III replaces Elliot Lee, immediately turns around to Carl Robinson and puts his hands up like, what do you want me to do again? Which is a sign. But we believe in you, Adgy.
Ian, it's official. Hell has frozen over. Brighton Hove and Albion lead 2-0, and you won't believe it, but Danny Welbeck scored.
Well, I can believe it because he hasn't scored in 8 games, so he was due one. He'll go on a run now just before the Euros. Now, Danny.
Oh my God, yeah, Danny Welbeck in the England squad. Leave out Bamford, but Danny Welbeck's back, baby. I hear Paul Scholes might play in centre mid as well.
I wouldn't mind that.
He would still do a job.
Right. Bit of a cynical foul out. Well, Shrewsbury kind of really hanging on now. Oxford really pushing for this winner. And Oxford do win a free kick. James Henry, decision making was good on that occasion. Wins a free kick out wide, and Oxford just need a goal.
Getting there.
Need a goal.
Getting there.
Just to set up a barnstorming final day of the season. Ball into the box. Oh, Ruffles on the back post, and he's put it wide. Oh, it was like last season all over again, but maybe 15 minutes earlier. But, that was a great chance. Ruffles, head in hands, and rightly so. He should have done a lot better with that one. Should have buried it.
The chances are coming, Ian. The chances are coming.
They certainly are.
Right, I'm going to do...
Do you know what I'm starting to think, Thomas? I'm really starting to think I wish Oxford didn't concede those goals.
Really? That's what you're starting to think?
I think conceding those 2 goals really might come back to haunt us at the end of the game.
You, sir, are a savant and a genius when it comes to football and goals. Let me just tell you.
I call it how I see it.
Right, I'm going to do this very quickly. At the end of the match, we have to run right away to film our review, and then I think we're also doing Champions League and Europa League after that. So it's a busy evening.
Anyone wants to do them for us, give a £10 super chat and it's all yours. It's right. So just to say, Shrewsbury are in Oxford's half. They are got a throw in sort of level with the edge of the penalty area. So rare rare flurry forward for them, but Oxford win it back through Sykes. Sykes with a great turn of pace, sprinting the length of the field with the ball now. Sykes on the left-hand side, he's brought the ball all the way to Wickham's byline almost. Plays a nice ball inside to Barker. What can Barker do? Can Barker wriggle free and get a cross in? No, but he held in the ball up well. Still with Barker, who finds Brannigan back. It's all kind of slowed down a bit, but wonderful run from Sykes. Really brought defence from attack really well. Here's Adji for the first time. As always, ungainly, and gives away a free kick.
Right. Last time I do this. Everybody, if you're enjoying this, please check the details. They're in the chat. Join us on Patreon. It is how I keep Ian from joining BT Sport. Now let's get on to the rest of the comments. Ebenezer for the winner, says Lord Lucan. Simon Wilkinson says Shrewsbury are a tough little unit. Jonathan Harris says, Michael Owen, is that you? Turns out Jonathan McKell is still playing at Stoke. Alex Christodoulou still believes. Charlton are losing. And I believe we actually have a Shrewsbury fan on because it says Sean Hoare. Sean Hoare says, come on the Shrews.
I got a bit of a Shrews fan.
Yes, we do. MK Dons have equalised against, obviously now 1-0 up against Carltonia. Blackpool 2-0 up against Northampton. All the goals went in while there was an ad break on here.
I'm not sure Sean is a Shrews fan. He's gone, now I need Oxford to lose, and today I think he might be a Pompey
I think that may be correct. Good point.
Of which case, welcome, and today only, I wish you ill will and misfortune.
I mean, you wish me that every week. Doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, you.
I know. Just saying.
I don't wish the good, kind viewers of Very Biased Opinions. I wish them normally peace and love and happiness.
I can't believe the Northampton.
Right, Winnell is on for Barker. Barker's run his race, as they say. So that means I'm sure Adji will go out probably... Oh, fuck knows what Oxford are going to play now. We're going to play two strikers, which is good to see.
I'm excited to see how this game ends, Ian. How long is left? 10 minutes?
Yeah, 82 minutes. 82nd minute of the game, sorry. And Oxford come forward, but Sykes is dispossessed in midfield. And Shrewsbury have it back, but Oxford win it straight back and can start to build an attack. And again, still a little bit of time. I don't need to be quite frantic just yet. Brannigan, wonderful run out from the back there. Plays it out to Ruffles, but again, it's not really going anywhere. Brannigan tries a long ball in behind. It's a good ball, and Taylor's got it kind of on the edge of the box. Plays in Adji. Is Adji going to get there? Adji was a bit slow. He didn't react, but he's won it. And can he pick out Ruffles? Ruffles! Oh, blocked! Oh, it looked like it was all going to fall for Ruffles again there. It looked like, but Oxford's still coming forward here. Sykes on the edge of the box, comes back out to Brannigan. Again, Mark Sykes, all very tight. What can Oxford pick out? Winnell's touch is poor, and Shrewsbury bring it away. But that looked like that was another golden chance for Ruffles. He did really well, but Shrewsbury were able to block the shot. And if anybody wondered why I went so squealy, it's because I got a bit excited.
Oh, is that what happened there? Ian, comebacks on all over the league. Rockdale have got a goal back against Doncaster. It's 2-1. I mean, this is a really good final 10 minutes of the penultimate match of the season for most of these teams.
Yeah, it's again. We talked about how you don't want to see Oxford go down with a whimper, and they're not. They're definitely giving it a good go. Definitely in the ascendancy here. Definitely creating chances. You'd feel there's more chances to come in this game. They don't look like. I mean, again, jinxing it here. Shrewsbury don't look like they're offering much at all going forward. It's all Oxford battering down the door now, trying to get this winner.
If we're being totally honest, Ian, this draw doesn't really matter because if it's 1 point or if it's 3 points, Oxford need to win the final game of the season still. They just can't lose this, can they? Oh, Sunderland are winning a game in the final 5 minutes. Chris Maguire's got a penalty. This is unbelievable. Hell has frozen over. Welbeck scores.
Right, Rob Atkinson shrugs off a challenge and brings the ball forward. Goes to Winnell, out to Ruffles. A bit of a crap ball, but Winnell's controlling it. He's about 30 yards out, a bit slow in the middle. Henry Atkinson right up high up the pitch. What can Atkinson trying to play a 1-2? Atkinson and Ruffles like combining like two forward players. Chipped into the area. Is Adji going to get there? Adji on the turn. Adji scores! Oh, winning! Oxford are winning. Dan Adji with the unbelievable stuff. Another super chat from PJ Simpson. We have a feeling that Sean might be a Swindon fan in the chat, so good timing, Sean. And that was good play all around from Oxford. And what is it about winning 3-2 at this stadium? Unbelievable scenes, as my colleague would say. But it was, I think, I'm not sure who won the initial header, but it kept the ball alive. And Adji just able to use his strength, out-muscled the defender, got half a yard. It is not a good shot. It is bobbled into the corner. But who gives a frigging frig?
Ian, they're winning 3-2.
Not I.
You picked the correct scoreline if they can hold this off. This is unprecedented scenes.
I mean, it's 85 minutes. You know they usually have 5 minutes of injury time. We're still in for 10 minutes here, folks. So we're in for people that said it's going to be a nervy game. You weren't wrong. We're in for the other side of it now of trying to hold on to this lead.
Wow. Everyone's going nuts.
At this stage, I mean, what a comeback. What a great comeback. Oxford, please stand strong now. Shrewsbury on the front foot with a throw-in. Level with the Oxford. Got a chance to cross with Vela. Just playing, not really doing much with it at the moment. Oxford kind of got a lot of bodies back. But Shrewsbury in possession. Oxford won't mind this at the moment. Played down the line. It looked like a foul. But Oxford can bring this clear with Brannigan. And his clearance is kicked against a Shrewsbury player. And Atkinson has to smash it out for another throw-in. So Oxford needs to relax.
Right. I am.
Ebenezer would get the winner. Let's hope he is right, and it is the winning goal. And wow, those. I mean, if this does stay the same, those two live streams of Gillingham and then this one here,
sensational. Sensational.
If it's all going to come to nothing, and now Oxford can just play a long ball in behind and just let Adji just get there and use his pace, and Adji's just running direct. He's got defenders turning away, and what does he do? He slips over and gives the ball back to Shrewsbury. Almost inevitable, but that is certainly a string Oxford have got to their bow here with Adji being able to be the guy that can just sort of bring Oxford up the field from long balls over the top. But Shrewsbury all of a sudden giving it a decent go now. Free kick in the centre circle for Shrewsbury for a foul by Sykes. Yeah, I mean, this is what all I'm thinking now at the moment, Tom, is how annoying it would be after we've had these two great comebacks in recent weeks if it is all going to be for nothing.
Yeah.
Come on, Destiny. Destiny must mean that we are going to get into playoffs.
No matter what, it's good to see them winning this game. Also, Ian, and I know you don't care a huge amount about this, but Derby losing means that both Sheffield Wednesday and Wycombe can still stay up.
Right, again, first time Shrewsbury have really come forward in this second half. And again, they start playing football and they cause Oxford some trouble. They won a header and it's kind of looked like it was going to be a chance for, I think it was Vela again, but very brave from Atkinson, stuck his head into Vela's foot pretty much and takes a foul, and Oxford can breathe. And Oxford bringing on two subs here, bringing on two defensive midfielders, Jamie Hansen and Alex Goran coming on. I imagine Matt Taylor is going to be coming off, and I imagine Mark Sykes is probably going to be coming off, but we will see.
Harith, I don't think Wycombe are bottom of the league. I think Rotherham are bottom of the league on 39 points. Or has that changed?
They said Rotherham equalised, so they might be. But yeah, not surprisingly, we've seen Taylor come off, and it is Sykes it's Henry. Henry coming off for Goran. So Oxford are going to be very, very, almost going to play two holding midfielders now.
Jesus Christ.
Brannigan can go further up with Sykes, and you've almost got like a two banks of four almost with like Sykes and Henry, Goran and Hansen. No, sorry, I don't even know. Brannigan, Sykes, Goran and Hansen, whoever it is. And then up front, you just got Adji and Winnall trying to hold the ball up as best they can.
This game is madness, Ian. It's absolute madness.
It's amazing how the momentum changes, doesn't it? It's amazing how the pressure changes as well. How Oxford were knocking down the door. Shrewsbury looked really, really defensive. Like they looked like that goal was coming. And Oxford have got it now, and almost immediately it's almost like the pressure's shifted back onto Oxford, and they look a little bit nervy. look a little bit unsure of themselves, and hopefully they won't be giving away too many corners and free kicks and allowing Shrewsbury to have chances on goal. But at the moment, Oxford are doing a pretty good job of keeping it down in Shrewsbury's half. They've won a throw-in midway into Shrewsbury's half on the right-hand side. And surprisingly, no one's in any rush to take it.
Absolutely huge. Ian, how long is actually left in this game now?
We're on 89 minutes and 50 seconds. So, as I say,
Game's over.
You know there's going to be 5 minutes, so you've got to say there's 5 or 6 minutes left. Ball over the top, missed by the first defender. Hansen covering round, just tucks it away for a throw-in. 6 minutes of injury time.
Well,
I
6
tell you,
minutes.
Baffling number of minutes, really. I mean, you got 3 goals in the first half, and it was 2 minutes. And now second half, it's 6 minutes.
It doesn't make any sense. None of the.
Make any sense. It is what it is. Chance for Oxford to get a fourth.
Burton I know you don't care, but Burton have equalised against Gillingham, 90th minute Ryan Broom goal, because Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is the second coming. It's too bad he has to lose next week.
And yeah, that again, once this game finishes, and if Oxford have done it, immediately it turns to Burton, and that again is going to be another difficult game. And if we thought Shrewsbury were going to, people thought Shrewsbury were going to like maybe be a bit of a easy game today, maybe roll over for us. They haven't. I don't imagine giving us anything for free next weekend.
I think you deserve a prize for picking the scoreline of this game.
Well, I haven't picked it yet because it's still going, and Oxford have just given away a pretty cheap free kick wide on the right-hand side, and it's a chance for Shrewsbury to get a good ball in. Now, we know, I mean, they've already caused problems from set pieces today, so Oxford have got to be right on it. Why is Adji in the wall here? Like, wouldn't Sykes be a better man for the wall and Adji in the box because he's like one of the tallest players? But what do I know?
Question Carl's genius. Don't question it.
No, I don't know why I do.
Fool. Sunderland has scored a third goal. They're now up 3-1. That looks like game over in that respect. Fleetwood and MK Dons is under 1-1.
I'll come to all those scores in a second. I just want to see this free kick out.
Yeah.
Free kick to Shrewsbury. Good ball in, played in high. Oxford look like they're going to see it out. Brannigan can get that away, but he doesn't. He could have put that into the stands, and he doesn't. And it's a chance for Shrewsbury to get a ball in. What a save by Jack Stevens. We needed him there. And again, Brannigan stick the ball into the stands. I don't know what he was trying to do. He invited pressure in there. Shrewsbury have won a corner. Well, I mean, it's still... we're a bit balls to the wall here, folks, so we're a bit behind. They want to take this corner quickly, so we haven't really much of a chance to see any replays, but it was a good ball in, and it was obviously a header won by Shrewsbury. Corner comes in, looks a poor one, it's headed out to the edge of the box, and it's shot blocked again. Oh, and it's just wide. What are we doing here?
Jesus, tap dancing.
Living on our nerves. Again, it's causing merry mayhem from these set pieces. Again, I'll come back to Brannigan. Could have smashed it into the stands and given away a throw in, but he tries to play it out and he doesn't, gives it away. Cross comes in, it's flicked on by an Oxford player, and then a great header, but a wonderful save by Jack Stevens. He hasn't had a lot to do. I don't think he's actually had many saves to make, and that's obviously a key one when we needed it. Great concentration from him. But the follow-up corner, again, we've allowed Shrewsbury too many shots at goal there for anyone's liking, and luckily they've just put one wide when I felt like I was just waiting for the net to ruffle. Here comes Shrewsbury again, though, into the penalty area, and again tipped over from Stevens. It is the late Stevens show here, folks. What is going on? Where is all the composure gone from Oxford? Shrewsbury creating problems again. Shot from the edge of the box. That is a save you would expect Stevens to make, but he's made it and he's had to push it behind from a corner. Again, we've still got 3 minutes of this, folks. More nerves to come. Oxford have got to defend this bloody well. Cross comes in. It's a good one. And just flicked away from a free header. I think that was Rob Atkinson or Elliot Moore. Really important flick away because it looked like a guy was just ready to get that in. Stevens underneath it, the follow-up cross, and Stevens collapses on the ball.
How you doing, Ian? How you holding up?
Nervous.
Really? I couldn't tell.
Nervous. I want the game to end desperately. This is not good. This is one of those ones where you just want ball down by corner flag.
Ian's 3-0. 3-0
half.
Pace for 3. Lincoln City 3. Johnson Clark Harris 96 minutes.
Don't do that to me, Thomas.
Sorry.
I'm not in a good mental state to have you shouting it's 3-all.
3-all though.
Shrewsbury have the ball at the back. They just try a long ball forward. Atkins should be able to get that one away. And Hansen, a good challenge in there with Atkinson. And Hansen, all he's going to do is hit that diagonal into the corner. And Winnell is just going to hold this ball up for as long as he can. Go on, Winnell. Plays it back to Ruffles. Oxford have no intention of playing into the box, and Ruffles wins a throw-in. And Oxford can take a few more seconds off the clock here. They're in the right end of the pitch. Right down in the corner where they want to be in Shrewsbury's half. And hopefully this final minute, Adji just holding the ball in the corner flag. Brilliant work by Adji. Well done. Just got right in the court, right in the, like the circle of the corner now.
Yeah.
Adji still got it. Still, they come in the end. Adji does give away a foul, but he's taken a good 30 seconds off the clock there. And he holds on to the ball as well done, Adji. Get yourself a booking for that, but no harm done. And we rock, and hopefully Oxford can just get the ball back from this goal kick and again put it right back in that corner. And this will be, and we'll get out of Dodge for the third year in a row with a 3-2 win over Shrewsbury.
Right.
Keeper kicks forward. Referee not blown up yet. Elliot Moore should head that one. He does. It's headed right back over by Shrewsbury defender. Oxford can get the ball down. Adji could have got the ball forward, but he lets it run out play for a throw-in. Shrewsbury have one more chance to lump it forward, but they're going backwards rather than forwards. We've got 6 minutes and 20 seconds now. Any time now, ref, would be great. Oxford could literally, hopefully can get the ball out, but Shrewsbury are attacking down their side, but Oxford just about get the ball clear, and it's a throw into Oxford, and you would imagine this is surely the end of the game now with an Oxford throw in deep in their half. You can just take your time, throw it to an Oxford player, smash it forward, and surely the ref's going to blow for time.
Right, we've played the full 6 minutes of extra time, everyone. We are just playing for fun.
Yeah, we're at 6 minutes, 50 seconds. It's surely going to be, it has to be over now. It is over. Oxford have won 3-2. Remarkable victory. Remarkable come from behind victory again. We know that Portsmouth have going to beat Wimbledon in this game. Charlton looks like I've got a late equaliser against Stanley. So Oxford have strengthened their position over Charlton, and it's as you were with Oxford and Portsmouth heading into this final game of the season, where if Oxford win and Portsmouth have any kind of a slip-up, or even if Oxford draw and Portsmouth lose, Oxford are in the playoffs.
Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for liking. Thank you for all for subscribing. If you enjoyed this, please check out our Patreon. We are off to do our review video. We love you all. Thank you so much for being with us. Come on, you Yellows!